Today on Golf Destination, we visit the town of Yarmouth on Cape Cod and their town golf courses that are favorites of the golfing public both locally and for those who visit this great vacation destination. We visit Bayberry Hills and Bass River, two distinct golf courses offering great golfing experiences. Stand by, Golf Destination is right now. Hello and welcome to Golf Destination. I'm your host, Meredith Gorman. Yarmouth, Massachusetts is quintessential Cape Cod, but it also boasts 45 holes of public golf that offers entirely different playing experiences. Head golf professional Dennis Hoy joins us to tell us more.
One of the best things about Yarmouth Golf is we have 45 holes of golf to play. We have an 18-hole course right on the river at Bass River Golf Course, which is built in 1900, Donald Ross design. So it's smaller greens, more target golf, and with some of the most spectacular views on Cape Cod. Over here at Bayberry Hills, we have a championship 18-hole golf course up top, and we have our 9-hole links course down below, which is also a championship links course, which offers many different options of playing golf, of different styles and different types of golf to be able to play all in one package under Yarmouth Golf.
Local golfing legend and former PGA Tour player Jim Hallett grew up playing Bass River and is a longtime Yarmouth resident that simply loves Yarmouth golf.
Born and raised, 13th generation Cape Cod, so Bass River was my home golf course growing up. Played the club championships, and things have changed over the years. Now the rough's thicker, their watering system's much better, and both courses are in great shape. I guess '87 they built Bayberry Hills. I was here on opening day when I was on tour at the time, so I came back for opening day. It was great.
During our season, which really kicks in April, is usually when we get busy for the season. We stay busy pretty much year-round. Weekends are busy, spring and fall. We have a lot of groups and outings come in that time of year. July and August, like everything else on Cape Cod, is when we get our real busy time, and it's really usually kind of crazy that way. The course here at Bayberry Hills closes in the wintertime. Bass River stays open, weather permitting, all winter long, which is really kind of a nice option to have. So a lot of people, even off Cape or in the Boston area that don't have a chance to play golf, can come down and play us in the wintertime. Once we open after the 1st of January, what we do is people can call in, make reservations, and book their times. We have partnerships with a lot of the local hotels that people can book through them, and they can actually book times for them. And if they check on our website, they'll see who our partners are on our website, which is golfyarmouth.com. But you can see where we get all of our business, but it's once we start into January, we can have people book events for the next following year.
The town of Yarmouth, Massachusetts is a great place with so much to do. Whether it's their fantastic beaches or the eclectic Yarmouth Port area on Route 6A, there is something for everyone. This year-round community has town-wide events all year that can be enjoyed by people of all ages.
When people come to visit Yarmouth as a place to visit, or as a tourist, or as a person that lives here, I live here, I live in West Yarmouth myself. One of the things that we have that's wonderful, we have tremendous beaches in this town. A lot of people come here to go to the beaches, stay at our resorts down by the water. There's a lot of tremendous restaurants and different things, but Yarmouth is also a very different town. If you go to the other side of Yarmouth, like Yarmouth Port, which is along what they call historic Route 6A, you have a lot of different things down there, and then you have the waterfront on the other side, where we have a lot of businesses. A lot of people come in, tourist people that come in all summer long just to use the beaches and stay at the resorts. It's a real good experience for people that come to the town of Yarmouth. You can visit us at golfyarmouth.com. It's an information for all of our hubs, social media, websites, and you can book all your tee times right through there. So if you need information about Yarmouth golf, that's where you want to go. People always ask me which golf course I like better, whether it's Bass River or Bayberry Hills. And to be honest with you, I like them both because they're completely different experiences. Bayberry Hills you can play a lot longer golf course. It's more a traditional style golf, championship golf course. But when you go over to Bass River, it's a Donald Ross course. You play a completely different game over there. It's a lot shorter, but you have to be more accurate. And the water views over there are spectacular. So I like both courses equally, but they're very different.
Let's grab a quick 9 at the links at Bayberry Hills. Dennis and Jim return to offer their insight on the course and some local knowledge.
Our 9-hole links course out here, which is a course which was designed, probably opened about 25 years ago, fescue and set up to make it a little bit of a different challenge out here, so you have to be sharp off the tee to play it.
Well, the links, basically, it's not a true links, but it's close. I mean, you got 7 holes out there that they cap the dump off, and it's not a tree on it, which is kind of nice, but you get the 1st and 9th, there's a couple trees, so it's just a fun course to play, a lot of fescue, big greens again.
There are some big plans afoot for improving the links at Bayberry Hills.
Over the next couple years, we're going to go in front of our town to do some renovation work, and we're trying to put about $3 million into renovating the entire 9 holes, which would be new bunker complex, drainage, irrigation systems. Be having 2 9s go off every day, so we'll have 27 holes constantly running. So it'll increase the amount of business we can hold, and also make this a really great 9 holes to play.
The first hole is a par 3 that can be played to 188 yards. It features a large green and bunkers awaiting miss-hit shots on the right and long. The par 4 second hole is a short dog-leg left. Fescue and mounds of long grass protect the hole for those looking to cut off the dogleg. The third is another slight dogleg left par 4. Bunkers protect the fairway and green on this 356-yard par 4. The par 4 fourth hole is another dogleg left. Don't be on the right side of the fairway as it slopes left to right with balls rolling into the fescue. The approach is uphill to a 2-tiered green. The fifth is one of the 2 par 5s, and it's a dogleg to the right. Bunkers and fescue protect this hole. The second shot is blind, and it plays downhill to an approach shot into a green that is sloped back to front. The sixth is the longest par 4 at the links. This dogleg left has a bunker on the left side of the fairway, so right center of the fairway is perfect on this 400-yard plus par 4. The seventh is a short downhill par 4 that has bunkers protecting it along the way. The green is sloped severely back to front. Long is not good here.
2 great par 5s. One of the longest par 5s on Cape Cod is the 8th hole there. And so that's a demanding hole. Years ago I could get on it too, but now it's 3.
My favorite hole on the links course is the one actually I'm standing on right now, which is a par 3 over water to finish. It's our 9th hole. It's a really tough tee shot, and if the wind's blowing, which out here it usually is because we don't have any trees because it's a links course, it's a pretty windy spot. So a lot of times if you play this hole, you have to be, again, really sharp to finish up, and it's a great finishing hole for us.
Coming up, we take an in-depth look at Bayberry Hills in Yarmouth when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you by Goslings of Bermuda. Dare to be happy. Duca del Cosma, Italian Golf Evolution. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Hookah, be original. Robert Graham, be the shout, not the echo. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.
For 8 generations, the Goslings family has made it their goal to perfect the art of blending and aging rum. They let go of control of this process and let Mother Nature take the reins on the open ocean. The voyage starts by filling once-used bourbon barrels with a proprietary blend of aged dark Bermuda rums. The stormy seas and air have an extraordinary effect on the blend. The result, Goslings Spirited Seas, a generous gift from the wild Atlantic Ocean.
Introducing Compass, a transformative approach to capital planning designed by industry leader Club Benchmarking specifically for private clubs. Set your club on the path to a healthy and sustainable future with comprehensive, continuous, and connected capital planning that leverages powerful software to drive alignment from board to board and through management transitions over time. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.
Hey. Wait. Hats? They're all wearing hats? What are you doing with this stupid visor? You just bought the visor because you thought people at places like this wear visors. Turns out they don't. No one wears visors. They're wearing hats. You are the only one wearing a visor.
Avidia Bank can't make you comfortable with your golf outfit, but we can make you comfortable with your financial life.
I like hat.
When you support the Weemit Fund, you're not only supporting kids who have dreams and desires to obtain a higher education, but also kids who have these core values of golf instilled in them in such a way that it'll allow them to succeed.
It's changed my life. It's given me opportunity. I've grown so much as a person.
I feel like I have a sense of freedom once I leave school that if I wasn't part of the Weemit Fund, I wouldn't be able to have.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings of Bermuda. Dare to be happy.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Corman. We believe one of the best 18-hole public courses in Massachusetts is Bayberry Hills. Dennis Hoy and Jim Hallett return to tell us more.
The original 18 at Bayberry Hills is a very challenging course. If you play the back tees here, it gets up to almost 7,300 yards, which is a big challenge. It's, very beautiful, long course, but it has a lot of different features to it. A lot of dog legs, a lot of larger sized greens with a lot of undulation to them. Par threes are difficult.
If you're playing the back tees, this golf course is a bear. It's the longest course on Cape Cod by like 30 yards, I guess, and it's just always in great shape. Big greens, undulated. It's very demanding from the back tees, and it's great for competition.
On the Bayberry Hills 18, it helps if you can manage a draw or fade off of the tee.
We have certain holes that set up for the fade, other ones set up for a draw, which makes you have to think and plan out how you want to play the golf course. Big thing, like anything else, is when you're hitting into greens, you have to be really careful about which part of the green you want to hit, so you can get yourself in a position where it's going to be tough to make a putt after that. But it's about strategy, pretty much here at Bayberry. The putting greens at Bayberry have a lot of undulation, a lot of break into them. A lot of them have ridges and different things into them, so you have to really make sure when you're hitting into the greens here, you put yourself in a position where you're not going to leave yourself with an extremely difficult putt. Green speeds here are usually pretty good. Course conditions have been fantastic the last couple of years here, and it's really about learning how to get yourself in the right positions on the greens to be able to have some nice putts come through.
Dennis shares a couple of holes that he likes at Bayberry Hills.
My favorite hole on the front nine is our fourth hole, which is our #1 handicap hole. It's a hole where you have a really tight drive to go out. You have to be careful not to actually hit it too far because we have water out there. There's water on the right side and there's a pond in front of the green. So you want to hit it to a position where you have a good shot to the approach, but it's a difficult green to hit. A lot of undulation on the green, so it's a real one of those holes that you have to be sharp and keep into it, because if you don't, it'll jump up and bite you a little bit. But it's a great hole. My favorite hole on the back nine, I would have to say, is probably our 18th hole, which comes back to the clubhouse. It's a dogleg left par 5 that goes uphill, so it's a really good way to finish. You have a good chance, if you can get a good bomb drive out there, you can have a good chance of hitting the green in 2 and finishing strong. But if you don't hit the fairway properly, then you're going to be fighting with it a little bit. But it's great because it comes right back up to our clubhouse and everything, so it's a great view too coming up to finish, and it's one of my favorite holes in the back nine.
Here are some other holes we love at Bayberry Hills. The par 4 6th hole presents a good challenge. It features 4 bunkers along your journey to par or birdie. The green is rather large and has subtle movement. The par 3 8th hole can be tipped out to over 200 yards. A large bunker awaits to swallow up mishit shots to the moderately sized green. The par 4 11th demands 2 things: a straight drive with length. The hole is the #2 handicap hole and plays well over 400 yards. The green does offer a large target. The 15th gives you options on how to play this long par 5. The waist area and groupings of trees prevent an easy layup, forcing the player to hit down the right side of the fairway or thread the needle between the waist area and the woods. The large green is sloped back to front. Next, we venture across town to Bass River, a wonderful Donald Ross design, when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
For 8 generations, the Goslings family has made it their goal to perfect the art of blending and aging rum. They let go of control of this process and let Mother Nature take the reins on the open ocean. The voyage starts by filling once-used bourbon barrels with a proprietary blend of aged dark Bermuda rums. The stormy seas and air have an extraordinary effect on the blend. The result, Goslings Spirited Seas, a generous gift from the wild Atlantic Ocean.
Introducing Compass, a transformative approach to capital planning designed by industry leader Club Benchmarking, specifically for private clubs. Set your club on the path to a healthy and sustainable future with comprehensive, continuous, and connected capital planning that leverages powerful software to drive alignment from board to board and through management transitions over time. Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.
The greatest day in sporting clays is back. Hosted by 4-time NFL Super Bowl champion Adam Vinatieri. Experience a world-class day filled with vendors, fishing demos, indoor and outdoor shooting, a sporting clays tournament, food by Chef David Burke, live music, live auctions, fireworks, and even celebrity appearances.
Compete against me and some other celebrities. You're not going to want to miss it.
Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference, where all proceeds from the event go to 3 benefiting charities. Sign up today and be entered for a chance to win a dove hunting expedition for 4 in Argentina.
I want to see you here, October 14th, 2023.
Club Benchmarking, your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm your host, Meredith Gorman. If you're a fan of Donald Ross and traditional architecture, along with fantastic water views, Bass River is the course for you.
When you leave Bayberry Hills and go play Bass River, it's a completely different animal. It's a 18-hole course, which is set up as a Donald Ross style course with some of the best views you're going to find anywhere in Cape Cod. It's right on the river. It has some really spectacular holes. The length of the course is a lot shorter, but at the same time the greens are smaller, so it can be a little more tricky. You have to make sure there that you keep the ball in play, get yourself into good positions, and try to stay out of the bad areas. Or like most Donald Ross courses, most of the places you play, if you go over the greens, you're in trouble. And also a lot of the greens have false fronts in the front, so if you hit a little bit short, you also don't get onto the green.
Overall, it's a great members golf course, 6,200 plus some of the back tees, friendly, small greens, Donald Ross design, so it's going to be, if you overshoot a green there, you're going to pay the penalty. So it's just keep it below the hole and enjoy it, because it's a really nice track. I really love the course.
Usually at Bass River, the best players that play there, generally speaking, are people that are really good with their irons. Be able to hit good approach shots because the greens tend to be small. So a lot of the approach shots on a course that have smaller greens, it's really crucial to be able to get those balls in 2 positions. One, hit the green, number 1, but also leave it in a place where you have a makeable putt. A lot of places over there with the greens that are sloped, if you put yourself in a bad position, you're going to have to be fighting with the next couple putts to make sure you can even save your par. When you're at Bass River Golf Course on the last hole, you can actually look out and see where the ocean is in relation to the golf course. It's extremely windy there, most all year round. So that's one of the things, even though it's a shorter length golf course, the wind there is usually pretty stiff. So when you're out there, it's important to remember that that's one of the things you have to learn how to play in the wind. Most of the people that play in Cape Cod, generally speaking, are playing in windy conditions a lot, so they get used to that type of situation. But when you're at Bass River, particularly depending on which direction the wind goes, whether it's blowing in from the ocean or out towards the ocean, it makes the whole golf course change dramatically.
Dennis shares a couple of his favorite holes at Bass River.
My favorite hole in the front nine at Bass River is the leadoff hole, which is a short par 4, which is a risk-reward hole, which is why I like it so much. You can try to drive the green, but if you miss it, you're going to have a long day after that because you can lose a couple strokes pretty quickly. But one of the things you find out there is it's one of those holes, if you're smart, play into position with an iron, have a nice wedge into the green, that's really the real way to play it. But a lot of people see it and they say, oh, this distance isn't that great, so I'm going to be able to drive that green, and then they regret it after they try it. But it's a great hole. The green's actually pretty severe as well, so it's important to make sure you land on the left side of the green because everything funnels to the right. So it's an important place to get in a good position. It's a good testing hole that seems like it shouldn't be, but it is. The 18th hole at Bass River is the signature hole for Bass River. It's right along the water. It's a par 3 that you have to carry over some water and marshland to get up to the green. The green is extremely severe back to front. Has a lot of slope to it. One of the things that gets you at that hole is it's extremely windy there. So what you have to make sure is knowing which way the wind's coming, what type of shot you want to hit, but more importantly is to make sure that you leave yourself in a position where you're not going to get in big trouble. If the wind's blowing out towards the water, you have to be careful that the ball doesn't get taken that way. A lot of times it's coming from left to right, so it's going to blow it in towards the inner portion of the hole. So it's important to make sure that if you're going to hit there, learn how to flight the ball, hit some lower shots, and learn how to work the ball in there a little bit to make it a little bit easier to play. But if you're not sharp there, again, hole you can make a birdie on, but you can make a 5 or a 6 pretty easily as well, depending on the weather conditions, but it's tricky in the wind. When people finish up at Bass River, what they generally say is the last few holes are just spectacular because of the view, and that's one of the things, like I said, that a lot of people really enjoy when they come in after a round is having to see that view come in, having to, be able to hit over the water the last hole off the tee. And then when you finish up, there's a beautiful deck that overlooks the river, which is waterfront, which is one of the best views you'll find any place on Cape Cod to go eat. So it's a spectacular place, and that's what we hear a lot when people finish.
Up next, Dennis Hoy returns, and he helps us with chipping around the green when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings of Bermuda. Dare to be happy.
Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Head golf professional at the Yarmouth Golf Course, Dennis Hoy, rejoins us now and shows us how to improve our chipping.
Hi, I'm Dennis Hoy, the head golf professional at Yarmouth Golf, and I'm here today with my assistant pro, Ian DeYarmond. And what we're here today to show you is how to work on getting a better, more consistent chipping game. Okay, one of the things we want to talk about a little bit is your setup position is really the crucial part of becoming a good, consistent chipper of the ball. So one of the things you want to learn is when you get set up to hit a chip shot, and we'll have Ian set up here a little bit, is once you have that ball set down there, what you really want to do is make sure that your setup position, which is where your hands are and your shaft is located, is set up in a position where you're going to see that the actual grip of the golf club is a little bit in front of the club head. This is the angle you want to maintain through the striking of the ball on a good chip shot. So it's important to make sure when you get set up position that angle, which is basically setting up the angle of your club, so the club's a little bit like this position where the grip's in front of the club head, so when you go to strike that ball, you maintain that angle right through the strike of the shot. And one of the things also too that you want to do a little bit, as you can see here, Ian is set up with his stance a little bit what they call open. Open stance means you're getting your forward hip out of the way of your hands, so when you go to hit a chip shot, that's not going to impede your follow through. So once you get into that position, it's going to make it much easier for him to finish his stroke going through with the chip shot. Now, once you get all these positions set up, what you're really trying to learn is how to become consistent with your ball striking, okay? And once you get your ball striking consistent, then it allows you to start to learn how to control the overall shot that you're gonna hit. Ian's getting ready to hit this shot. What he's looking at here is trying to pick a spot to land it probably about a third of the way onto the green and let the ball run down to the hole after that. Big thing when you're hitting these types of shots is you wanna pick your spot to land that golf ball on. So for him, what he's thinking about is a spot out in the green, which is going to be a couple feet out. That's where he wants to land his golf ball and then have it run out. Okay, just as a quick review on chipping, what we've been working on today is what you're trying to remember is maintain your shaft angle, get your hands forward, make sure you maintain that angle right through the strike of the ball, And what you're trying to do is have a little bit of an open stance to make it easier for your hands to get through. And then what you're trying to do is pick your landing spot to land it at and then run it out to the hole. And that's what's going to make you a much more consistent chipper of the golf ball.
We hope you enjoyed today's show, and we'll see you next time.
Golf Destination is brought to you by Goslings of Bermuda. Dare to be happy. Duca del Cosma. Italian Golf Evolution. Avidia Bank. Honest to goodness. Hookah. Be original. Robert Graham. Be the shout, not the echo. Club Benchmarking. Your partner on the path to data-driven leadership.